Okay, well, we're just gonna make this kind of like a quicker rant. But I just want to explain the myth of the black femininity aesthetic and class. Now, I don't know why people like to call me classy. Why? Because I have a martini glass. Like, here's what I know, things have purpose, okay? Like, fuck boys, you fuck them. That is their purpose. And I'm very confused why we aren't calling things what they. This is what I literally think I made the name fuckboy in the Bay Area back in like 2017. We had all these names like that. Really, Michaela started texting me names when we were using like numbers instead of words for text messages. I didn't know all the proper slang terms like bop, dot, like, fuck boy. There's all the new ones now. I'm not hip with the terms anymore, but I will say that things have purpose, as in like in terms in bartending, glassware, every glass, because you could just buy the alcohol by the bottle and mix these cocktails yourself. But if you're going to pay a surplus price to have me make the cocktail for you, this is like called an inflated price and you want it to look nice. So that's why you have expensive glassware that is particular to the way that you will hold your snazzy ass drink for like an hour or 2 hours while you chat it up with YouTube or your friends or whoever, okay? And you just like talk about shit. That's how that works. So, um, the thing about an aesthetic that I feel like some people are not understanding, like some people are creating an aesthetic, as in they are portraying an image. Like, let's say if I only wear my hair straight every single day, and then one day I'm like, the seasons have changed and I'm now a curly girl. I'm simply changing my aesthetic. My personhood is the same. Maybe what does happen sometimes, society, this is why people are talking about pretty privilege and it being a thing, because some people might treat you a particular way based on how they interpret and feel about your aesthetic. Like, if your aesthetic looks pricey or expensive to them, then they might treat you better because they know that you have more money basically to spend with them. But at the end of the day, in terms of capitalism and trade, people with money will buy things and people without money will not. So nobody wants to appear poor, because if you appear poor, then people might treat you like you're poor. Um, Another kind of funny thing about this is this idea around socioeconomic class being almost an indicator for life. What I mean by that is, like, let's say if you grew up, especially this is really prevalent in the black community, but it doesn't make any sense because we don't really have enough black people in the upper class to have a serious conversation about this. Like, let's say we have 10 football players and basketball players, literally like 10, like I used to have like 10 fingers. So if you have 10 like football and basketball players who all earn $5 million a year. $5 million a year is like a lot of money. Like, you can live a really, really cush life. I mean, you can go out to you can have a very nice home in a very lovely neighborhood. You can send 3 children to private school, all from zero through college, like really everything that you could possibly need, you would have. But you still wouldn't be like Kim Kardashian or like Rihanna or like Elon Musk or anything, but you'd be like, you'd basically be like me. Your lifestyle would be very similar to like mine. This is called the middle class. I don't make $5 million a year. But I don't need to, because I guess that's another thing about having grown up upper middle class. You just realize, like, maybe also that's the thing about this optimization thing that tech people have done. And when you've been around it for so long, you realize, you understand how to like optimize your life. And so so that you go all in on the shit that you like the most, and everything else you dump away. So like anything that's unnecessary, you just like throw it out. If anyone actually wants to hear about how to do that, it's kind of called like life optimization, and there's a lot of other channels that unpack this in way more depth. This is why I never cover it on this channel, but if people want to, like, I was thinking about making an app that might help, like, especially like Black American women do this, but I really feel like all the Black American women that I see, because I do try to follow their content, these are just, I'm talking about like Black girls who I know are living in America. I don't subscribe really to any of their channels. The only one, I think I subscribe to Cameron Elise and this girl, Taylor Myrie, with most of Myrie, but really everybody else, I just see them go in the wrong direction. Like it feels like a lot of them are trying to like be beauty influencers, and Jackie Aina is the only like successful beauty influencer that we've kind of seen. And even though she's great, I think that we don't. You, man, beauty is a fading commodity. If you're more like Kiana Naomi, I think she's great. Like she's like an actress, right? Like she's like literally trying to be an actress, or something like Anna Akana, right? These are actresses who are just making content where you are able to see them do things, act things out, have a personality. My channel is more about helping you build that personality for yourself through like literally talking about real shit and people, like things that are happening right now and how I personally feel about them, even as my opinions are so unpopular. Like, oh my God. Like, my opinions are so fucking unpopular. Like, they're so unpopular. Everybody hates them. Like, I got canceled on the daily. I just can't. I'm the queen of cancel culture. Anyway, what else could I say about that? I don't really have much. I was going somewhere with this. Oh, the aesthetic. God. You know, I'm happy that a bitch can serve a look on Instagram, because I was getting a little tired of seeing like dusty Black girls on Instagram. But I feel like now that we have gotten to the place where girls know how to take a good shot, we just got to go a little bit further, you know, like we really need some girls with some like personalities, okay? I don't want to be, well, let me not say that. I definitely do want to be the bitch in the cocktail dress, and we're playing that out this year. I really don't care how anyone else feels about it. Your opinion is not necessary. Hopefully we can figure out the finances to do that, because I really want to rent the runway, but if we gotta rent those Blundstones and keep fucking moving, then we will do it. But yeah, all those things are just aesthetics. And anybody can pull off an aesthetic, but I think it is really important to have some foundation there. And I think some people are just really not realizing that the reason so many conservative commentary channels are popping out is because like a lot of people are like listening to I feel like there are some people, especially in the Black community, who have been like listening to these pop songs and then like living out the lyrics in the pop songs, whereas white America has just been listening to the songs and kind of like laughing at them. Some of them become like sanitized bops, like the kids bop version of whatever song that you're singing. So everything is like asexualized. So like they're not actually having the sex that a lot of people in the Black community actually are having and are making music about it. Mostly because people believe in like chastity and these like extremely Christian values, which I don't think is a bad thing. Like I said, hypersexualization is a serious problem in the Black community. This is where I feel like, you know, Chloe Bailey she's way too early in her career. Even what is her name, Naomi, or the girl, I can't even remember the girl's name. I'm so sorry. I'm not a fan, but I don't know. Like we don't need more Black pop stars to be like overly sexual. It's one thing to be sexy, like you were just really attractive and like people like something about your beauty makes people think about sex. That is sexy. You don't need to see a vagina or a penis though to like legitimately, start thinking about sex. I feel like people who are very early in their sexuality do that because they think that like it's very strange. I can't even describe the weirdness of the TikTok weirdos and even the some of the left weirdos. It's gone so far. Like it just doesn't even make sense anymore. Like I really do think that people should get into relationships with another person just so that they can have real genuine sexual experiences because I think that that is a part of human development. Like, and I don't know why so many people are completely passing by that stage in their lives. And I actually saw this video by Jadena where he was talking about how like prostitution and brothels have saved marriages. And I feel like these are just like quotes from men in the developing world. Like that is so toxic. Like they're because if you really think about it, especially in so many parts of Africa, the people who are forced into the women specifically who are forced into brothels and like prostitution, they don't have any other option in society. This isn't American women who are like choosing to be escorts, and it's not like hustle and flow. They're not pimps. Like they're like stealing children and putting them in like brothels and then never letting them enter any part of society. And it's like the really really sad part about this is like other people, other women, other men, other adults know that this is happening and they still refuse to do anything about it. That is evil. And so I'm not trying to say like Africa is more evil than other people because like we know that that happens because sex slavery is also very prominent in America. But it's like a problem. Like it's a problem like exploiting anyone just in terms of looks and especially like women, man. Like it's always women who are just getting the brunt of the bullshit. Like they just always get the short end of the stick and it's so toxic and um it's so toxic. I don't know, it's so bad.